Hey, thanks for stopping by. You don't like apple pie? I know I sure like it. And I love apple pies made from scratch. To me, they're so much better than what you buy in a grocery store. Okay. I'm starting by cutting up Granny Smith apples. This was 3 apples and it's made about 4 cups. These are very big apples. So about 4 cups of apples or so. I saved you guys from being bored by watching me peel and cut up all those apples. Thank me in the comments. Thanks. Okay. We're going to start by getting the pie crust. Now folks, you could make a homemade pie crust. You could use the pie crust out of a box. As usual, this gal's running short on time, so we're doing a refrigerated pie crust. Okay. This particular box has 2 in there, which is what we need. Cut the end off the tube. We're going to get some butter. And even though a lot of people don't do this, I like to. I'm going to butter the bottom of that because I have had a lot of pies stick before because there's no butter. So I'd rather take an extra minute or 2 and put just a little layer of butter down here so we don't have stuck pies. What's your all's favorite pie to make? What do you make most often? Well, y'all are probably expecting me to say apple since I'm making an apple pie right now, but I think I've made more Nutella pies than anything. You guys ever tried those? If not, you really should. They're so good. Okay, these have been sitting out at room temperature. We're just going to unwind them, turn them upside down, and pull the layer of paper away. That's fast and easy. Put it down in here. And of course it doesn't want to cooperate since it's gotten so warm while I've been doing other things. Guys, I'm not a professional. I'm just a home cook. But hey, as long as it tastes good to me, that's all I care about. Okay, we're going to pour our apples into a big bowl. And then I'm going to mix the topping ingredients up really well in a smaller bowl, and then we're going to put them all over our apples. Okay. I have brown sugar. I have a heaping spoonful of cinnamon. Because guys, apple pie is always better with some cinnamon. We're going to get some flour. Mix this up. Doesn't have to be perfect, just try to get most of the lumps out from the flour. Okay. I want to get each and every one of those apples coated because if you've cooked very much before, you'll know that Granny Smith is a tart apple. It is the one that's most recommended for apple pie though, because it keeps its shape. it doesn't cook down to mush in your pie. Okay, cut for just a second. Okay, I'm going to pour our apples into our pie shell. Now this is not baked, guys. The pie shell's not baked prior to this. Now this will cook down some, so it's not going to be quite as tall when it comes out of the oven. But where we're using the Granny Smith apples, it's not going to cook down as much as what it would, say, if you used a Red Delicious. Putting a little bit of milk in there. Guys, it looks like I had just enough. And we are going to dot this with butter, because everything is better with butter. Real butter. Real butter is better than margarine, in my opinion. Do you guys use real butter, or do you use margarine? Or do you think there's a difference? Let me know in the comments what you like the best. You already know what I like. Okay, that butter and milk is going to get through the rest of that pie. And now I've got my top crust here. I have my oven preheating to 400 degrees. And we're going to be baking this for about 45 to 50 minutes. Well, folks, you could use a wider pie shell if you'd like. Okay. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm just going to tuck this down in here and try to roll the crust down in here. Guys, this is a very rustic apple pie. Because if I try to do fancy, I usually make a mess with it. So I prefer to do everything rustic and tell everybody, hey, we're baking a rustic pie. If you want to make the nice, fancy, beautiful ones, by all means, go for it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some slits in the top of this after I stab an apple. That way all the steam escapes and we don't have a soggy pie. Okay. And something else you need to do anytime that you bake a pie like this that has filling in there is get a pizza pan and put on the rack underneath where the pie is. That way, just in case it does overflow, you catch it on that pan and it doesn't go in the bottom of your oven. But I'll show you what this looks like in a little bit less than an hour. The timer just went off on our apple pie, so let's get it out of the oven. Oh yeah. That looks absolutely fantastic. You can see all the brown sugar from the apples that has made that wonderful glaze in there. It does need to set for a little bit and cool off before I can cut it, but I'll show you what it looks like when I get a piece of this beautiful pie. Okay, the pie has cooled down, so let's cut this and get a piece. Still a little warm. Hopefully it doesn't fall apart whenever I take it out of here. Come on. Come on. Real life, guys, I'm not perfect. Well, there we go. Yes, we still have some of the filling in here, but that's okay. So, let's hide that there and hide that there. You know I gotta go in for this apple pie. Guys, that's good. It's got the tanginess of the Granny Smith apple, but the sweetness of the brown sugar in there. The only thing that's missing is a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you on that next video.